Hello, YouTubers.
Hello.
I got fooled.
You didn't realize I was here at the camera?
No, I got fooled with this. Big time.
Yeah, that too.
Big time. Because, can you believe a guy so unlucky to have 3 wheel bearings gone?
I know, couldn't believe it.
3 wheel bearings gone, a inner sway bar bushing's gone, a lower ball joint gone, and needs all new brakes.
Yeah, incredible.
And he was here, we showed him.
Well, we told him his new middle name is Lucky.
Yeah.
Because he's going on a trip tomorrow.
Oh, I said to him, I said, whatever your middle name is, it's not Lucky.
No, it's not.
So anyway, you know, like I'm looking at this, and I'm not doing it, I'm looking at it, right?
Yeah?
And I'm thinking.
That's right.
So, you come out, you said, well, all the 4 bearings are the same.
Yeah.
I look in and I say, oh yeah. Then, I look at that, and then I look at that. Now this is a little different, because when I took all this off, this was all rust.
Exactly.
So I cleaned it off, and I said, this is not the same, because they don't have that plate. But, I should show you. That's why.
There you go.
So, it is the same.
You were doubting me.
We had another one of these rigs in this morning.
Same color.
Same color, 2 years in the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And a backing plate is gone.
Yeah, now look at how good his backing plate is.
Yeah, this is from Oregon.
Yeah,
this
right.
vehicle. And what did they tell you about the backing plate?
Special order.
Yeah, but hang on now. You can't get it in Canada.
I was going to get to that.
You can't get it in the US. Special order from...
Oh, well, that's where I was going. Korea.
Yeah, but you were starting off at Korea and working your way back over to Canada.
I was going to get to the same
It
result.
don't matter. You got to say, to make it sound worse, you got to start off, can't get it anywhere in Canada. Canada's a big country.
Okay.
Then you can't get it in the US. Then you got to get it from Korea. And how long is it going to take?
4 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
But the problem, listen, I want to go back and I want to finish this argument. What is the difference in I have to order it from Korea because I can't get it in Canada?
No,
It's the same thing.
because you're going to the climax of the story right off the bat. You should start off, you can't get it in Canada. Then the viewer's going to say, boy, what are they going to do now? So anyway, I checked in the US. They don't have it. Oh, crimers, God, what are they going to do now? Well, I got to get it from Korea. Korea. Geez, how long is that going to take? 8-10 weeks?
That's
See,
right.
it's the build-up. But what you did is you started right off in Korea. You left them all hanging in Korea.
No, I didn't. I didn't build them up at all.
You didn't.
You know, that being said, you'd probably find that in the US, that part used. Perfect.
Oh yeah, but I bet you a scrap yard or a recycling yard wouldn't bother to take it apart.
Oh.
Because there's so much labor involved.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, it wouldn't be worth it.
Well, it's not as bad as the one that we had. He's 120 from the...
Dealer.
Yeah, that's 120 Canadian, so that's 65 cents American.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But in Korea, he's 120 Canadian. But for a Dodge Caravan with rear disc brakes, he's $450.
That's right.
And we couldn't get one.
We couldn't get one.
So...
Could always be worse.
Worstest.
Yeah.
Could always be worstest. So anyway, I just thought if anybody ever runs into this, and you take this apart, yes, that bearing comes out of that plate, but it looked like it was all one piece.
I know it didn't.
And it looked like this backing plate was going to come up over it. But anyway, I'll just say I had a brain fart moment.
Oh no, you figured it out. You had to analyze it and look at
And
it.
then I had to do some beating to get it apart.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
I had to bait it to death.
And that's not even rusty.
No, it's
Not
true.
compared to here.
Nope. Anyway, I got work to do.
Well, carry on then.
As if I was normal. Okay, little tech tip. Anybody replaced a rear wheel bearing on one of these things? What is it, Santa Fe?
Santa Fe, yeah.
Show you what to do. When you go to take it off, you're going to have to push the axle in. So use a puller like this, but to push it in. The reason why you're going to push it in, you might have to get in here, Kathy, is this is the ABS reluctor ring, and the bolts are just inside of that. Okay? So if you just watch what happens when I bring the reluctor ring close, you won't get your socket in over the bolt. Because what they should have done is they should have put like a Torx insert a female Torx into the head, you would have been able to go in there with a long Torx and get it out. But now that you're forced to use a 14mm socket, you've got very limited space. So what you do is you use this, you push that axle shaft in, so to get the reluctor shaft out from the bolt. Then you take a 14mm quarter drive socket with 3/8 adapter, and you'll have just enough room. Because if you don't do it, you're going to be forced to take out the lower control arm bolt,
Whoa.
the upper ball joint, and then you got that big old nasty spring to deal with. So if there's a fella in the shop that you don't like, you get him to remove this stuff and tell him once he gets that removed, when he hears the scream, he'll come over and take them bolts out. Or the thump.
Oh, yeah, whichever.
Yeah, be 2 thumps. Spring hits him and he hits the floor. Yeah. But this is the alternative. This is a trick to do it without having to remove all of that. That's how I do it anyway, so. And it works. Now I'm not going to say it goes without, you know, I've been known to let one slip once or twice.
It is very frustrating.
But that's a little trick that one can. That's a little trick that one can use. That's a snap-on. That's a Mac Tools puller from the Master Puller kit, and the little 14mm socket is a Mac Tools 14mm. And now all I have to do is do the brakes. Preload that, put the drum back on, and do the brakes back here. And then tomorrow we move up front and we do the front wheel bearings, both of them up front, and the brakes and the ball joint.
Yeah.
And so we'll see you in the morning.
Well, folks, it's the next morning, and as you can see, the sun is not exactly splitting the rocks. It is cold. So what do? You just gotta live and you gotta bear with it. The little fishies are in their caves this morning. You don't even see a tail sticking out. They're all huddled up. Time to get back into the shop.
Wow, that's loud.
That's a woodpecker on steroids.
Very big woodpecker too.
Isn't that a lot better than using a hammer?
You got that right.
Eh?
Yeah, it's a lot better for everybody. No pounding and beating anything up.
So we have backing plates for the other one ordered, eh?
Yes.
Now some people might say, why did you take that off for the wheel bearing? Well, I started off taking the wheel bearing, then I remembered, okay, we got a ball joint to put on. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to preload the wheel bearing and have it already bolted on, clean it all up here. And then I'm going to press out the ball joint. That way when I put it together, it's going to save the customer a little bit of time.
Oh yeah.
But you know, thinking about that last job, the one like this with the backing plates gone.
Oh, okay.
Hyundai, in my opinion, would not be a good buy. They're a good vehicle, but when your dealer or the manufacturer don't supply the proper parts network, it's not good.
Yeah, you can't get parts in Canada, that's a problem.
Canada or the US, you just ordered those backing plates, they got to come from Korea.
Korea.
Okay? Now say for instance, some poor person went out, not a poor person, but some unfortunate person went out and bought one of these used. They need it for a job they're going on. So we take it in and we have to do a vehicle inspection on it because the vehicle is changing hands. Okay? And we see the backing plates rusted out. We cannot by law pass that vehicle.
No, so
So we go to the customer.
Yeah.
Now this is a guy that's starting his job. This is what, Wednesday? This is a guy that's starting his job Monday. And we tell him it's going to be 4 weeks before we can even get you the backing plates.
minimally.
Yeah, they said could be 6 to 8, but you know.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Well, you know what? It's not good enough.
No.
What's wrong? I mean, Hyundai is a well-rooted company in North America now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can't get backing plates? Something that's paper thin that they know is going to rust out?
That's right.
And you can't get them? I mean, something definitely wrong.
Something gone wrong for sure.
So I'm going to put Hyundai in the tags. And I hope somebody from Hyundai is going to do something about this.
Yeah.
Because this is terrible. There's going to be people out there that's going to be really hurting because of that, right? Now somebody asked us about vehicle inspections. Here in Newfoundland, there's no annual vehicle inspections required for vehicles. That includes motorcycles, trailers, or whatnot. So you've seen the condition of some trailers that we've done here. The motorcycles I won't even get into because that's just beyond. And the vehicles, of course, well, everybody knows that watch our videos what we have to deal with corrosion. The only time that a annual inspection is required is for commercial vehicles, and that's every 6 months.
Yeah.
If a bus company owns a fleet of buses and they also own a garage, they can inspect their own buses. I have never agreed with that, and there's been a lot of issues in recent months because of that. So it's time for the provincial government to get their butts in gear and do something about this. We have vehicles on the road that's literally falling apart. Just the other day,
That's right.
we saw a we read an article in the local, online, VLCM News, and it said that the police had pulled over a car that had its bumper tied up with rope.
Yeah, control arm.
Control arm. Yes, the control arm. Sorry. Yeah. Control arm was tied up with rope.
We've seen the bumper ones.
Yeah, we've seen the bumper ones.
Yeah.
Man, I've seen cars going around here with vinyl siding on them.
Yeah, me too.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
there's control arm tied up.
Control arm tied up. So, you know, if the provincial government thinks that a annual vehicle inspection is not required, man, there's something wrong. I mean, how many times have I put a vehicle up here in the ramp, and I always got this fashion of looking between the two ramps. I always watch the front wheels, and when you take a truck and you bring it up on the ramp and the two wheels go like that, you know you're not in for a good time.
No.
So it's crazy. Anyway, that's my little rant on this video. But just, you know, even folks, no matter where you live, if you don't require a vehicle inspection, bring it into your local shop and just say, look, spend a half an hour just to check the steering, check the ball joints, have a look underneath. If you see a brake line leaking, if you see a fuel line leaking, let us know.
Yeah.
Because,
see, we have customers that'll do that twice a year.
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely.
Winter and spring, putting tires on and off.
Yeah.
They'll have them fully inspected.
Well, case in point,
checked out.
Case in point, your van. Your van is probably the best maintained van on the island. Yeah. I mean, if I get a spare half an hour, not half an hour, if I get a spare couple of hours during the week over a period of a month, I'll always take it in and give it a look over, right? Because you're my precious cargo. I can't have nothing happening to you.
Oh.
So I'll take it in, I'll put it up on the ramp, and I usually find something.
Yeah.
So every 6 months or 5 or 6 months, I'll take your van in and I'll pull all the brakes, I'll sandblast them, I'll replace them if need be, and I'll put it all back together and it's nice and smurfy. Well, 5 months ago we did that, and there a couple of weeks ago I brought it in and I did it all over again, and not only did I do it, it needed it.
Yes.
Plus the fact I found a wheel bearing gone in the back.
Yeah.
Which we didn't hear.
No.
But when you rolled the bearing, you could hear it, no problem.
No.
So, I mean, I was as surprised as a customer would have been.
Would have been, yeah.
You know, so there it is. So, folks, maintenance is a big, big thing.
Right. I mean, it wasn't a problem 5 months earlier.
Nope.
But then when you came back later.
But, I mean, who would have thought we had to take the brakes, like in this situation, we had to take the brakes and sandblast them and clean them all up.
Yeah.
I mean, you already had it done 5 months previous.
Yeah, that's right.
So I can hear a customer now. Well, it don't need anything done with the brakes, your Paul. You had it in 5 months ago.
Right, I just had it done. Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of salt and a lot of sand and a lot of corrosion going on in 5 months.
Yeah, big time.
So, and then you get a situation when you don't have, if these aren't sliding good on that, this is what you end up with. You end up with a fairly good pad on that side, but the side that's stuck,
yeah.
see, so it goes on, because this here is the caliper side. This is the one that's pushing. He goes on and he stays on. So then you start scuffing out rotors, warping rotors, losing brake pads, and of course there's a big difference between that pad now
Yeah,
and that pad.
big time.
So folks, you know, be careful out there. And you know, a lot of the people that have SUVs now and have vans, why do they have them? Because they're family people.
Yeah, that's right.
And you look in the back and you see car seats.
Yeah.
And I mean, can you imagine having your grandchild or your child in a vehicle that, and I'm not picking on this vehicle, I'm just saying in general.
In general,
I mean, this gentleman that owns this, I mean, he's not at all, how can I put it, he's not neglectful, he just didn't know.
No, exactly.
And most people don't know.
What we're talking about, the point is you need to look at it every 6 months.
Yes.
Getting a service
Yeah,
done
every 6 months.
Because you really don't know how fast, how quickly it can corrode.
Exactly. So.
He said that himself. He was surprised how fast everything goes here.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because he's
we
from the
have
States.
yeah, we have lots of people come in here that's just absolutely amazed of what 5 or 6 months can do a vehicle.
Yeah,
do
that's
to a
right.
vehicle here.
Exactly.
And there's living proof. Now I don't, as much as I'd like to sit down and talk to the YouTubers all day, we should do a live show someday, you know? Hey, would you be interested in a live show?
I don't know if I'm on board with that.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I might need some work on that.
So folks, when you watch this video, you don't have to convince me. Let me put it to you that way.
Oh, so you just threw me under the bus.
Well, I think, you know, well, I don't know. Maybe it'd be nice to sit down and talk to our regular viewers and our, you know. And by the way, thank you for all the new subs. Holy
Yeah,
smokes, been
thank
pouring
you.
in. They've been pouring in.
Pouring in. They're
keep 'em.
overflowing.
Keep them coming, because I'm going to tell you that's the only thing left with this channel.
That's right.
Because there's no money in it. No, but I mean, you know, even if there's not a lot of money in it, eventually, like, YouTube will get back to it. You know, get it all straightened away. But when you see the subscriptions coming in, that kind of feeds you. That kind of says, well, you know what? At least there's still interest in it. Because face it, out of all the subscribers you have, not everybody comes back to watch the videos. They just click and move on. So, you know, when you got the subscribers and you click the little bell and you get notification then, up in the corner, you get notification every time a video comes in. And then, you know, you see your hits coming up, and sometimes that's just enough to keep you encouraged, enough to keep going at this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's a unique channel. 1 minute we could be down in the back working with the BX or the 5740 Kubota. Another time we could be here fabricating something or designing something or working on stuff like this. And it's kind of seasonal. When the summer comes, you'll see motorcycle repairs. You'll see us doing tours with videos and stuff. So there's there's a variety.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of compare our channel to a convenience store. You go into a small convenience store and it's got 3 shelves, and on one shelf there's a tractor, on another shelf there's a car, on another shelf there's a motorcycle. That's nice. But if you go into a convenience store and you got 20 shelves and there's 20 different subjects that you could do videos on, I feel that's pretty interesting.
That's right, me too.
There's more out there to cater to more people, to more viewers.
Somebody should catch something out of it.
Yeah, because personally, I would get totally bored with just doing videos on tractors. I really would. And I mean, I very seldom watch a tractor video because we're at it all the time.
That's right.
But I mean, if there's something that comes up and we're doing a bit of woods work or something, which we will be. By the way, we have some more issues down in the back we have to take care of. We're going to get rid of some more trees because we've had the wind blow them down, and So we got to get rid of them. They're becoming a threat again. And we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing some more filling in and stuff. So that's some more videos. And we probably would have started that soon, but it got cold.
Very cold.
With the wind this morning, it's -8 degrees Celsius with the wind.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw ice again.
Well, ice is coming in. St. John's Harbour is full.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, in between jobs, we're trying to do some repairs around the building and in the building. Like we have the door casings off there now. We're going to replace the man door coming in there. And then we're going to do that. But it seems like every time I pick up a carpenter's hammer, we get more work. So.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Nothing takes you from your own work like job work as soon as you think of something.
So I'm going to go get the press set now. I'm going to press out that thing.
Oh my God, you got some gear out just to do a ball joint.
Yeah. Yep, they do. If you want to do it right.
Certainly need a lot of tools.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you?
Yeah. I don't think I'd want to be starting a business now.
No.
Because it takes so much to... Sorry, I'll get it. It takes so much now to... I always said to use one of these tools, you need about 40 fingers with 40 hands.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Just the way it is, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
But I remember years ago, fellas used to beat these out with hammers on the control arm, and I mean lay a terrible beating on them.
Wow, that can't be good.
No, it is not good. No, it's worse than not good. Yeah. It's the way it was done back then. Different now. Let's see if we can get that out now. It's out. That's what happens. That's what happens when it comes out. You lose everything on the floor.
It comes out in a hurry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, just watch. So you can hear it now. I don't know. Hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a moose walking through the mud.
Oh yeah.
Trotting through the bog, walking through the bog.
Yeah, trotting through the bog.
Yeah.
That is one's like.
So yeah, I'll get the other one out of the bag and we'll press the other one in.
Hey, press in now.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it from there, can you? This is part of that kit, that other red kit. So we're gonna put that there like that. And then, now if the wheel bearing hub was still in there, I would press it from up. You had this part pointing down towards the floor, but this just makes things a little more convenient doing it this way. So, I need a shorter one.
Get out of the way here.
Where am I going to get a shorter one? 21. I'll be back in a minute. I got to look for a... Just try and do everything with one hand.
Oh yeah.
Everybody say, why don't you go get a hammer instead of using the press? Well,
this is much quicker.
Always the same way. I'm going to put my lock ring now on there, and I'm going to put my boot on top of it, and then it's ready for reassembly.
Hey, how's it coming along?
Well, put the bearing in on this side, and of course, when I checked it out, the lower control arm is bad.
Oh my.
So,
Well, better have found it now.
you can't get a bushing for it,
No.
so we have to replace the control arm.
Okay, so that's where we're to now.
Yeah, so other than that, it's done, but man, oh man, there's no end to it.
No, it's not. Well, where were we?
Yeah,
I don't know where we left off.
Listen, we've had salesmen here this morning. We've had relatives here. Now the relatives, Marty and his dad showed up again, and they came with freshly baked muffins.
Well, yeah.
Now, I mean, yeah, Listen, the house, the door is always
The door
open.
is always open, Marty. And Vanessa, they're
Yes,
awesome,
Vanessa.
as usual.
Vanessa, anybody who don't know Vanessa is missing out on something, because she is probably the best cook that I've ever seen.
Oh, is
I mean,
she
Catherine, you got to admit, she can beat you.
She does. She
Right.
don't buy anything. She's not like me at all.
Oh,
I buy
man, I'm gonna tell
buy
you,
stuff
you know.
from the grocery store. She bakes it fresh all the
It's
way.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. She should have her own restaurant, actually.
Yes,
I
she
gotta go
should.
put that control arm off.
Yeah.
Because I'm all freaked
Well,
up
I
here
got you
now.
all stirred up.
I'm
Well, I
all
mean, I
freaked
had to
up.
make-
Now,
I
I'll
had
tell
to
you
make
what's
sure.
wrong with me now. I got the control arm on my mind, and there's a box of muffins in there.
So you got all kinds of
Well, I'd
distractions.
rather not do the control arm right now. So, I gotta go to work.
Oh, are you getting through it?
Well, the new control arm is on,
Yeah, that's good.
and everything is back to mint condition.
Which is good. He was
Hey.
in to check on it. He's pleased.
Yeah, he's pleased for sure with the meant some parts.
Yeah, isn't it?
Holy smokes. Now, this is control arm. Rear brake pads. Front brake pads. Ball joint. Inner sway bar bushings. 3 wheel bearings. We always try to show the customer the parts, but he's been here in and out, so he knows. Control arm is, you can see the bushing is gone. We can't get a bushing for it.
No.
So it ended up with a control arm. And you know what? By the time you buy the bushing and the time you take this one out and press it in and put it on, you're not that far off from a brand new control arm.
That's right.
So it's
It was
probably,
all new.
it came with all new stuff.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. It's the way that I certainly would have went. It's so it worked out good. So anyway, folks, we got to sew this one up and get it out and clean up some tools.
Bring in that pickup.
We got to bring in the pickup, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll call this one a, what do you call it? Take, yeah. And we'll take our arses out of here and get on the go again. Right?
We're going to take everything and start all
Yeah.
over.
So you guys, well, I don't know what you got out of this. Probably a lot of heartache. But we'll see you next video, guys. Take care, and gals, and God bless.